Have you ever wondered how swearing affects your health? Hello, my successful and healthy earthlings. Mihaela here, naturopath and founder of the Natural Health Podcast. And in today's episode, I'm going to reveal to you exactly how swearing may actually be beneficial for your health. I'm going to go through the history of swearing. Then I want to talk about exactly how swearing can assist your health. And then, like I always do, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to swear for your health. Welcome to the Natural Health Podcast, where we bring awareness to sustainable health in the business hustle space. Natural Health Podcast is perfect for the business-minded individuals who want to work with their biochemistry to achieve success and optimal health. It's Mondays with Mihaela. That's right, me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Absolutely love, and appreciate your support. On Mondays, I'm here to provide you with simple, savvy, and sustainable health hacks to optimize your health. And on today's episode, there is a language warning. If you do not want to hear swearing, switch it off. If you want to hear swearing and you want to know how it's going to help you, keep it on, right? In today's episode, I'm going to talk about swearing and exactly how it's going to help your health. I know it's such a weird concept, right? It's such a weird concept that swearing may be beneficial for our health, and I give you permission to swear during this episode, and I give myself permission to swear in this episode. Go ahead, swear away. The science says it's good for your health. Absolutely weird, right? But let's start off with the history of swearing. Us Australians, we are known as potty mouths. Anywhere you go to an AFL, NRL game, you watch someone on TV, you always hear that. If it is beeped out, and if it's not beeped out, they are saying shit, this, that. It's all over the Australian culture. It's how we came about, right? If we look at the history, they take pride in their potty mouths as a nation. In the early canola history, bloody, bastard, bugger, and bullshit were the rudest words that they could come up with. But now it goes even further, and I'm not going to mention most of them here, but some of them are like absolutely crazy, the Australians, what they come up with, right? But while soldiers were forgiven for their swearing due to the hardship, which is going to link into what I'm talking about, back in the days, women and the indigenous people were actually punished for swearing. And there were huge punishments. They weren't just little ones, which is absolutely absurd, right? So you have these people that were working and they were excused for swearing. But then you have a woman come along, or an indigenous individual, and they swear and they're punished for it, right? So I've got to give you some interesting facts about swearing in Australia, right? So men aged between 40 and 59 are the biggest potty mouths here in Australia, and they drop their choices of words are absolutely crazy. And guess where that happen most? Yes, you got it right. Behind the wheel. These 40 to 54-year-olds, they are beeping, they are swearing at people on the road. And that's welcome to Australia. I always say to people, best way to find Australia is on the streets. You'll hear them swearing, you hear them beeping, you hear them swearing in and out. And that's thanks to our Aussies and our potty mouths, right? Actually, there was a survey that quizzed Australians on their swearing habits and found that we curse, and we don't when we do swear, we actually don't want to offend individuals. That's not why we do it. We do it mostly out of stress or out of a joke, and that's so the Australian culture. It's either we're doing it because we want to have a joke and want to have a laugh with a mate, or we're doing it because we are stressed out and want to relieve that emotion, right? Men swear more than women. And this is mainly at sports and at work. And if you have ever been to an AFL game, that is all you hear. Shit. Pick up the ball, you little blah blah, whatever you want to call it. That is literally all you hear at those games. 41% of the 1,000 or so surveyed Australians admitted to swearing while driving. That's a lot of individuals. And 35% to cut loose when they're doing chores around the home. Another 32% swear when they're fighting with their partners. It might not be the most delightful way to express our thoughts or feelings, but we're not trying to do any harm. And 54%, which is most of them, swear to relieve tension, some built up tension, and it's all of a sudden it's like, shit, and they relieve it, right? That is why most of us swear in here in Australia. And a quarter of us swear to get a laugh out of our mates, get a joke out. The millennials say they use the swear word as an objective to try to give more emphasis to what they're saying. It's like that, that bloody big ball was on the field or anything along those lines. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, that's the millennials. They use it as an adjective, which is quite interesting. And the Generation X counterpart drop shit and also fuck as the manner of bombs at things they can't swear back, such as the news, TV, radio, or even while watching sports. So you hear them yelling at the TV. Baby boomers are the most wary of their language. Almost 80% try not to swear around children. Thank you, baby boomers. You're doing an absolutely amazing job at this. However, the millennials, they don't really care in a way. 13% of millennials reckon they swear more than 20 times a day compared to 7% of the boomers. So you can see the difference between sort of boomers trying not to swear around those kids and those kids swear, it's a bit of a change of cultures, things are changing. But that's kind of a little bit about the history and about what's happening with swearing here in Australia. So there is a lot of swearing happening here. But should we take offense to it? Why do people swear? I remember I used to take offense if someone would drop the F-bomb, drop the, S and things like that. But now that I understand why and how, when I'm going to explain to you, most people just let it out because they're stressed out, they're building up tension. So let's look at how swearing helps your health, right? Swearing can truly be a liberating effect when you feel bottled up, like I was talking about. You just have all these emotions that bottled up, and then saying fuck just feels so relieving, doesn't it? It can have an immediate calming impact on difficult emotions that might be happening right now in your body. So the first thing that I want to say is that swearing increases your pain tolerance, okay? So when we're most in pain, that is mostly when we're going to swear, and that's when we're going to get the most effects out of swearing. There's actually a study done. They asked 67 students to immerse their hands in ice cold water for as long as they physically stand to. One group was allowed to repeat or chant a neutral word of their choosing during the exercise, while another group of students was allowed to swear. So one would say no pain, no pain, no pain. One would say shit, 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 shit. Turns out the students with the dirtiest mouths were also able to withstand the coldest water for longer, which is actually 40 seconds long on average. So there you have it. This actually indicates to us that swearing, having a potty mouth, helped increase these students' pain tolerance and decrease the amount of pain that they perceived, which is absolutely crazy. How swearing affects the physical effect is absolutely unclear, but the research actually speculates that the brain circuitry linked to emotions is involved. So early studies have shown that unlike normal language, define normal but normal, which it relies on the outer few millimeters in the left hemisphere of the brain, explits hinges on the evolutionary ancient structures buried deep inside the heart. One such structure is the amygdala. I don't know what just happened to my voice there, but one such structure is the amygdala, an almond-shaped group of neurons that can trigger a fight or flight response in which our heart rate climbs. We become less sensitive to pain. So these students' heart races were going absolutely crazy, and the fact the researchers say suggests that the amygdala was activated. And in this study, it shows that, the more we swear, the more we can deal with pain. But there was a follow-up study, which is an interesting part, and I want you to remember this. There was a follow-up study done showing that it won't work if you already have a potty mouth. So just because you swear, just because now you think swearing is healthy, doesn't mean you swear every single day, every single sentence, because the effect is not going to be as efficient when you are in pain. So this study shows to us that for many people, swearing provides readily available and effective relief from pain. However, overuse of swearing in everyday situations lessens its effect. It's kind of like taking painkillers or having coffee. The little thing you have is going to have a big effect, but the more you have it, the less the effect is. Interesting, right? So make use of your swearing words when you're actually in pain. I looked at some more studies for you to look into. So swearing at work can reduce stress and boost company morale, right? According to a 2007 study, University of East Anglia in Norwich. So they say actually demonstrated a biological and physiological imperative to create a shorthand that others are capable of understanding as a socially acceptable means of communicating high emotions such as frustrations, which is quite interesting, right? Another one looked into: swearing is a harmless, creative emotional release that can make you feel stronger. Wow, it can make you feel stronger. According to a 2004 study, our human ancestors probably developed swear words as a way to express their anger without resorting to physical violence. So it's kind of like physical violence or swearing, and people choose swearing. It's a lot more healthier than physical violence, which is quite interesting study that they did. Don't know what I think about that, but anyway. Swearing can be a sign of verbal fluency and intelligence. Okay, according to a 2015 study. They said that timely deployment of a curse word as intelligent, powerful, and sometimes socially essential. Interesting. These studies make me laugh, right? Some of these are absolutely crazy. Swearing uses both emotionally oriented and language oriented parts of your brain, which no other words or term does, according to this study, who has also stated that it is because of the double brain activation that swearing can help stroke victims relearn their capacity for language. This is so interesting. So what this is actually saying, there's a number of studies here. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to do this and that. But the main thing that I got from this and that I take away from this is that it can increase your pain tolerance. So you think about when you were in pain last, did you swear? Imagine as individuals that are giving birth, how many swear words are coming out of it, right? Individuals that have hurt themselves, how many swear words are coming out of their mouth? And it can actually assist with your pain tolerance and assist you, but only if you're using it for those situations, not if you're using it every day. I mean, chucking in a swear word here and there for a laugh, for a joke, amazing. On the road, I don't know about those men in their 50s, but hey, if they have to, if that reduces their pain, go for it, their frustrations. But essentially, this is something that I guess that can be used for your pain when you are in pain and getting it out there, getting that when that emotion's built up, you just go bah, and you let it out, right? That's what the studies are saying. And I guess you guys can probably relate to that, where you've been in pain previously and you just can't hold it in anymore, and there goes all of those swear words out of your mouth, which you didn't even expect, and then you feel better. Why not? If you have a Panadol or, any of those painkillers or a swear word, I think a swear word might be more beneficial for your body and will be more thankful than those pharmaceuticals. But anyway, let's look at 3 tips on swearing. Who thought that I would ever provide you 3 tips on how to swear for your health? Absolutely crazy. But the first one is, do not overuse swearing. Don't overuse it. Only use it when you need to. Use it when the situation is just extreme and you can't deal with it anymore, and there comes out. Or use it when you are in pain. The second one, use it only as a need-be basis. Kind of similar to not overusing it. Using it as a need-be basis, and you're the judge of that when it's a need-be for yourself. And third one is, try and let me know. That's your tip right there. Let me know what words you've used in the comments below, and also when you've used it and if it's worked for you. I don't know about dipping your hands in cold water. Do it in a safe measure, I guess, as much as you can. If you want to try it, I don't know, talk to your healthcare professional before you do anything along those lines. But essentially, next time you are in pain, give it a swear word. See what happens. See if it helps before you jump onto those pharmaceuticals and those painkillers. There you go. What a tremendous gift we have. No pills, no side effects. For free, we have a totally naturally free and accessible at any given time way to take the edge off things even just a little bit, or reduce that pain, improve that pain threshold, and that is shit fuck swearing. There you have it. If you like this episode and you want to share it with a follower, with a follow, someone that you love, that you want them to know about this swearing episode, share it with them. It's available everywhere on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so forth. But there you have it. Remember, the missing link between failure and success is your health.